Hello, welcome to Figure Journey. So, guys, today I would like to dive into our businesses in terms of scaling up. So, mm, the most important thing doesn't matter on which level your business is if we got predictable process in place. So obviously for different kind of businesses, for different kind of levels, it's gonna be different, but it's always important to make sure that this is predictable outcome. So whatever we do, when we start with putting leads to our ecosystem, and at the end we are we are actually extracting the client that we closing this client on a sales. So uh, we need to look at our process if we actually can every time we start this process from this moment when we actually bringing the leads into the ecosystem. Doesn't matter which is the way that this leads came from. So we need to always ask the question if what we'll have at the end of this process. So as I said, different levels of businesses requires different processes. So I would like to go through a few different steps so then we can just see where we are all. So at the beginning, of course, people trying to experiment with different things. So now I'll be telling you about the leads generation. So the most, I think, common, I would say, is using paid ads, and then those paid ads are obviously, as we all know, are very tricky. Paid ads need lots of experimenting, lots of speed testing, and it can be very expensive. And to get to really good ROI, you need to just spend thousands of dollars to actually make it happen. And then, of course, there is no guarantee. So that's why lots of people with just the first approach with paid ads, doesn't matter if they are obviously Google ads or YouTube ads or Facebook ads, the problem is usually the same. So you need to find your optimized ads that will bring you the customers on just a good ROI level. And for most of the people, at the first, second, even third approach, it's almost impossible. So we investing lots of money, and at the end, we just saying, okay, it didn't work for us. So what should we do now? And then there is the natural way to just go into organic strategies. So when you go to organic strategies at this moment of time, you know one thing, that it's not gonna cost you money, because organic strategies at this level, of course, we are saying on the very entry level, organic strategies don't require any extra money. So basically, we can set up our Facebook profile, or we can set up our LinkedIn profile, or we can set up our Instagram, TikTok account, and we can start to basically sending our message out and trying to get our audience. Obviously, I'm just telling this in a very short cutting way. Generally, when we deciding to go with organic strategies, we know that this is zero cost. Yeah, so this is first point. But guys, of course, we need to be from the very beginning aware how we're gonna do it. So we need to have pretty advanced knowledge where we want to go with this message. Yeah, because first of all, we're starting with establishing three basic things: what we are selling, so what is our offer, then who we're selling to this offer, which is who is our audience, and the third one, is our process. So how are we going to sell this? Okay, so starting from what is our offer? Let's say our offer is high ticket product. Let's say it's, for the sake of this presentation, is our coaching course that costs, let's say, $2,500-3,000, which is high ticket because, as we know, everything over $1,000 is classified as a high ticket offer. So we got this product, and now we are trying to find out who is our audience, so who is our ideal customer. So we need to build, we need to literally build our ideal customer. So who is he, she, the age, the gender, then obviously the occupation, financial status, hobbies, but also what they believe in, what they don't believe in, what they are, what they're supporting, what they are against, and what are their beliefs, what are their disbeliefs, and what are their struggles. So how our product can help them solve their problems. So how our product can take them from hell to heaven. So from this pain they are right now to this heaven when there is no pain, when they can actually achieve their goals. So we need to, with our products, we need to build a bridge between their needs, on their problems, on the situation and the situation they are in right now, to the situation that they want to be when they actually don't have these problems anymore, and when they can realize their dreams, when they can be successful. So we are bridging this gap. So as I said before, we're taking them from hell to heaven. So those people that we got, they will be our audience, they will be our psychologically profiled target audience that we will be approaching with our message. So we've got our product, which is high ticket course, which is high ticket program. We got our avatar, so we got our ideal customers. So people, obviously, we need to define them very specifically, but with generally people that need our help, that our product can help them, take them from hell to heaven. And now we need to build the process that's gonna take them from very beginning, when they are entering our ecosystem, to the end when we are actually selling them this product that can help them. So on the different level of the businesses, though these systems obviously is different. So we're starting from very simple one, which is, let's say, from Facebook profile. We are sending the message, we are engaging with people, we are interacting with them, we build know, like, and trust with them, and they are interesting. They becoming our loyal readers, our loyal supporters, and they are becoming our potential buyers. And then, for example, we start to conversation with them on the messenger, trying to diagnose how we can help them, and we decided we can help them. I'm not gonna dive too deep into messenger conversation because this is completely separate subject. But let's say we're having this conversation over the messenger, and we are driving them to the sales call, to the we can name it sales call, we can name it coaching call, we can name it however we want, when we can discuss our offer with them. So basically we are asking for permission to give them this offer. Again, I'm not gonna dive too deep into this conversation because obviously in this process it can be a few different calls. We can do market research call, we can do triage call, we can do sales call. So this is one of those, or all, I would say two of them can be useful. But let's say for the sake of this conversation, we keep it simple. So we just engaging with them on our Facebook profile. Then we talking with them on the messenger, and then we are taking them to our call. So we actually jumping on the phone call, and we talk with them about our offer, and if we are both good fit for each other, we are selling them this product, and then they start their new journey with our product. And this is just very, very, very basic thing which you can operate with this very simple system up to, let's say, $10,000 a month, and this process is enough to generate this kind of profits, saying of course that we are working with high ticket commissions. But when we want to scale it above 10k per month, obviously we need to start to add to our processes much more complicated things. So, for example, in a process of getting these leads, we're starting with the Facebook. We got our profile, we engaging with people, we going to different groups, we making friends with our future prospect in some other groups, and then we inviting them to be our friends. And then when they become our friends, we are having conversation with them, telling that we've just got a group that, and this group is dedicated to the services and subject they are interested in, and we are offering them to join our group. So we're telling that obviously in this group they will find lots of interesting stuff, they will find lots of value, and if they're interested, they can join it. So they can join this group. So this group is becoming our next hub that we can, from which one we can extract these customers. Again, those people are in our group, and obviously we can nurture them, and we starting again conversation on the messenger. And if we are establishing over the messenger conversation that they will be good fit, we are inviting them to the call, and then on the call we are diving deeper into our offer, we are diving deeper into their problems, and if obviously we are mutual good fit, we are selling them our product. So this is another thing that we just added, which is a group. But as well, this is which happens on I would say still in this level up to 10,000. Plus, obviously, it can help us to break this barrier and go more towards 20,000 per month. But I would highly recommend to add at this level to add another minimum two processes, two things supporting the process, which will be email marketing and it will be messenger marketing. So basically we are when people joining our group, they are giving we giving them free questions why they join, and one of these questions, the most important one, will be give us your email address, because we're gonna drop lots of value. So if you want to get this value, you need to give us your email address. And the most important thing now is tell them actually the address that you are use on a daily basis. It cannot be like a random email address that they opened 5 years ago and they never come back to it. So we got this email address, and it means now we can prepare email marketing. We can we can prepare email sequences that we will be able to send them our information, our trainings, our newsletters, whatever we're gonna plan it, using some automation, so using some autoresponder. And then another thing we can add is actually chatbots. So there is obviously various various automation that allows us to have a conversation with people over the messenger. As we said before, this has been already part of our process, but now we are automating this part of the process. So we are adding this automation to give us a little bit of more freedom to earn us a little bit more time. So let's say in this level, so I would like to summarize one more time. So first level, let's say from 0 to 10,000, is very simple process. So we got our Facebook profile, we driving people through our content, and then starting to get conversational messenger with them, taking them to sales call and closing them on the call. If you want to go above 10,000, we are adding our group. So we are building our group. So we got another hub that we can communicate with people. So we got our group. We are extracting their email addresses from them. We are nurturing them in this group, and again driving them to the conversation through Messenger, which here we can automate it, so we can send lots of valuable information. We can inform them about our lives, about our trains, about lots of things, and then we can now communicate with them on the Messenger using chatbots. On the Messenger, of course, when we are writing these messages ourselves, when we want to drive them to this final sales call, and at the same time we are sending them messages via email using some email automation as well. And now I want to touch on a very important thing, because as we know, there is different opening rates for the different messaging systems. So email got really low, it's around 15-16%, but Messenger, for example, got around 86 up to 90% of opening rate. So it's a massive difference. So if you combine those two, it's getting really big. And then, of course, when we want to scale up, when we want to go to the next level, we want to add new things. For example, we can add webinar. So we are using webinars, so it's our pre-recorded training that we are giving people value, and then from this training, again, to drive them to this training, we can go again from the same lead. So we are still doing organically. So we got our Facebook profile, we got our Facebook group, and we driving them to this webinar. And again, it can go through our chatbots using Messenger. You can go through our email. So we're taking them to this webinar. And when we got them on this webinar, we're giving them value, we're discussing with them, and we are offering them what we got for them. If we again think that this is they are good fit, because we already check it before, okay? And then we say, okay, this is offer, and now two things can happen. Or we can take them straight away automatically to the sales page, and they can buy directly, but we don't have to. We can steal, which on this level, of course, when we don't have a higher offer than let's say $2,500-3,000, we can still take them to sales call, and we can sell them this product over the sales conversation. And again, if they are on this moment of the process that they are actually watching this webinar, we can install tags on this webinar, because it's obviously it's automated, can be live, but can be also pre-recorded, and they are they can be, if they, for example, if they watch this webinar only, let's say 20 minutes, okay, we will know it, and then we'll send them a right message, or through Messenger, or through, for example, email, that, oh, you just haven't watched all the webinar, so this is the chance to watch the replay, okay? But to, again, if we're thinking about opening rates, we need to understand that email got only 16%, Messenger got 90%, so there is still some room left for people to actually to slip through the cracks. So we can add text message, yeah. So we can add text message automation, which means that at the beginning, when they are actually filling first form, inviting them for, let's say, webinar, or even can be on the group level, we are taking their telephone number, and we can send them text messages informing about, for example, watching webinar, or if they don't watch webinar, we can remind them. Of course, with text message we need to be very gentle. It cannot be big sequence. It can be maybe a couple of messages during whole process. So one more time, just wrapping up this level. So we've got the two, let's say, or can be even a little bit more, because on this level I didn't actually touch on this, but we can discuss it as well. So we can add, let's say, to Facebook profile and our Facebook group, we could have in the meantime add, let's say, YouTube channel. So we're extracting these people we're taking them to our funnel from YouTube, from Facebook profile, and from the group. We gathering their information, so their data, their email address, their telephone number, and we take them to our webinar. Of course, they are watching our webinar, but at the same time, because they are already in our ecosystem, so they are watching our content, they are engaging with us, we're engaging with them. So all this organic stuff are going on. And here I would like to touch on a very important thing which I didn't say before, but I should have, which is our content. So I'm always saying that the most important in our process is our content. Why? Because our content should make all the heavy lifting for us. So I think the process that 20% is our marketing, our content, and 80% is sales are wrong and are not predictable, because we are taking our audience to the sales call, and they don't know us, then they don't know who we are, what we do, what we can offer, how we can help them. It means that they are not warm enough that this sales conversation will be always very, very painful, and it probably will end up be 2 or 3 sales conversation, which gonna show us that we need to spend another 2-3 hours on this very customer. But if all the heavy lifting is done with our message, so with our content, so in the group, in our profile, and obviously in the webinar, so we are telling them what we do, how we do it, how we can help them about all these processes, etc., and they are raising their hands, we want it. It means that the sales call is becoming closing call. Actually, it's not a sales call, it's a closing call, because they want this product, they know us, and it's gonna be very easy to make this deal, because we need to not only establish if they will be a good fit for us, and if this program will be a good fit for them as well. So again, 80% is our marketing message, 80% is our content and 20% is sales. So I would actually encourage you to think about this as a whole process. So don't divide, okay, this is our marketing and this is our sales. No, for me, it should all comes together. So it's all together. Marketing and sales is all the same thing. They are just blurring, they are just overlapping. And the stronger your message is, the less you need to do on the sales call. And it's going to be actually not a sales call, it's going to be closing call. So wrapping up this process, so we've got a few streams of leads. Let's say YouTube channel, Facebook profile, then Facebook group. We taking them via text messages, messenger, chatbots, and email. We're taking them to the webinar, and then from webinar we can take them automatically again straight to buy our offer if they are ready enough, if they spend enough time in our ecosystem, they are raising their hands, they want it, or if they are not ready, they can always go another route and go to our sales call when obviously if the message was strong enough, if the heavy lifting has been done, 80% job has been completed, then we're gonna take them on this sales call, and it's gonna be, and the sales call is gonna become not a sales call, it's gonna become a closing call. So this is how it works, this is how it actually should work in the ideal scenario. Obviously this funnel that I'm just saying to scale up to 20,000 and above, it's much more complicated. To design this kind of funnel requires lots of work, and on every single moment of this funnel, all these possibilities of losing people needs to be optimized. We need to put some system that can measure our data, that can measure what's going on, if people actually go this direction, they go that direction, if they watch this, how long they watch it, and then we always gonna be optimize this. On top of this, of course, there is lots of copywriting because messenger, chatbots, email, of course, webinar, everything needs a copy, everything needs really big skills to communicate. I'm not even now mentioning about our messages in between our content, because our content has to be done by purpose, needs to bring the message, clear message, focus on our audience, focus on our buyers, to make them to raise their hands. So this is very important stuff as well, to understand that the system, if we want the system to be predictable, doesn't matter on which level, if this is $5, $10, $20,000 per month, we're adding different automation, we're adding different means of communication with people, but the idea is still the same. So very targeted audience, okay, then very targeted message to this audience to make them to raise their hands, and then obviously when those two things are done together, then we offering them this bridge that I said at the beginning, that will take them from where they are now and where they want to be. So it's usually from hell to heaven, from this moment that they are lost, they are struggling with their business, or they want to just scale, and then we want to help them to scale. So we are taking them to the next level. So we are bridging this gap, whatever this gap is, and then as I said, if this heavy lifting has been done, this 80%, then we just closing this deal with this remaining 20%, which, or even 10%, which is just sales call slash, or I would say equal, closing call. So we are actually closing this deal on the end, on the phone call. So this is basically, guys, how it works. Probably some ideas needs extending, so I will dive deeper in some on the next 6 figure journey. So please write in the comments what would you like to dive deeper in the next one, and I will see you next week. Thank you. Cheers.